when they believe he is active on Twitter, with the goal being there to create distrust among Americans and our allies. Is that a new theory in terms of them trying to directly influence the president on Twitter? First, Matt, and then David, you weigh in. Matt?
Yeah, I haven't heard of this before, and I think partly because we've never had a president who was so vulnerable to taking the bait before. This is a pretty smart idea because Donald Trump might just retweet something that could start a firestorm. And so I think that's very shrewd of them. It sounds very sneaky and clever. I also just want to say, anecdotally speaking, that during the campaign, I was inundated by tweets from trolls, and I thought it was the alt-right. There would be the Pepe the Frog thing, and people calling me names and attacking me if I said anything critical about Donald Trump, especially in the primary. And Don, a funny thing happened. As soon as the election was over, all those people went away.
Isn't that amazing? I would look at
really
my feed and say, this has to be bots.
I think they're now focused in France.
Yeah.
Right.
David Gergen, what do you think? And also, I think it's interesting too with the Marco Rubio stuff as well, saying that he was victimized by hacks multiple times.
Absolutely, and as recently, just the last few days, listen. The attempts to influence elections in other countries, the Russians have been up to this ever since the end of the Second World War. And truth be known, the United States did it too, especially in Europe. We wanted to make sure countries didn't go communist, and we got involved and poured some money in surreptitiously through the CIA. So this is old. But what's new about this is the internet and the capacity for social media to invent stories and spread them very, very quickly and influence things. And I do think it's quite serious. And I have to tell you, Don, in contrast to the House Intelligence Committee, which really has botched everything, and which was almost a sense of Nunes, the chairman of the committee, because it's now completely compromised. I don't know where it goes from here, even though it's some good people. By contrast, the Senate committee looks very promising. There's some serious people who are conducting this, and today's hearings are important because they laid a foundation for understanding. Here's what the Russians are up to. Let's understand